So the next thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is something that again is just not thought about enough. Now it might be a little bit of TMI, but it's definitely something you're going to need to think about. Is just depends. What is going number 2 going to feel like? Sort of clean your area downstairs. And apparently it's just a miracle on a pad. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to do a little bit of a sit down video and talk to you guys about how I'm preparing for postpartum. If you have been following my channel for a while, you may have noticed that the last few videos I have posted have been very baby related. Unintentionally, I've sort of done like a little mini baby pregnancy series. As I said, not intentionally, but it's just seemed to have happened that way. I'll link some of the videos down below. The videos have been what's in my baby's hospital bag, what's in my hospital bag, you know, living with gestational diabetes, and baby mama dance. Make sure you check that one out. But I find that, you know, on YouTube and online and just family and friends, they always have a lot of advice about, you know, what you need to take for the hospital, how to prepare for birth, what baby's gonna need when you bring them home. But all in all, there's not a lot of information about, you know, what are you gonna need, what are you gonna go through, and what are the things you can have at home that are gonna help you. So I wanted to do a little bit of a video today about how I'm preparing for postpartum and things I've got ready for when I come home, just to make life a little bit more comfortable and a little bit more easy, and sort of try and explain to you guys what to expect after birth. So the things I'm going to talk about today will help you whether you've had a C-section or a natural delivery. Every single delivery is different. What you may need may differ slightly, but overall I just wanted to show you how I'm preparing for when I come home and how to prepare for postpartum. With my son, I was not prepared for afterbirth. I was not prepared for postpartum and the recovery. No one ever spoke about it and I didn't even think about it. So I feel like a lot of women are in this position. So this time I've made sure I'm a lot more prepared, and I've sort of got everything I needed last time and things that I wish I had last time. So that way I'm not caught out. So yeah, I wanted to share it with you guys. So I just wanted to show you guys the basket that I'm going to keep in the bathroom for when I come home. This pretty much has everything I'm going to need in it for after I have the baby. So I am going to show you everything that's in here one by one. But I just wanted to show you how I keep it in a basket, keep it nice and compact and neat. Just organized as well, so that way I can just grab the basket, you know, if I need to go to the bathroom, if I'm in the shower, if I'm getting changed, I can just have this with me at all times. So the first thing I'm going to speak to you guys about is bleeding after birth. So whether you have a C-section or a normal delivery, you are going to bleed after birth, and you're going to bleed a lot. And you're going to need to change your pad constantly. You're going to need to wear pads that are way bigger than what you're used to. It is not like a normal period, especially the first few days. So what I have is just some Depends. I am planning on wearing these at night, especially the first few nights. They just seem more comfortable, more practical. They do absorb a lot more, so I am hoping, you know, when you're laying down and you're not moving around as much and, you know, you're not going to the toilet all the time, that these are going to be a lot more absorbent, a lot more comfortable than the pads. So in my basket I just have 4 of these and the rest of them are in my hospital bag. So still on the lines of bleeding, as well as the Depends, I also have some tenor pads. So I have quite a few in there. They're just quite large. You can get them in bulk packs from your local pharmacy. They are a lot more comfortable than your hospital ones. The hospital ones seem to be a lot thicker. They're about as long though. If your hospital does provide pads, take advantage of it. You know, they're not the worst things in the world, but these are definitely more comfortable. It can get quite pricey, you know, constantly buying pads, nappies, formulas, and everything else that comes along with having a baby. So I just have these here because they're more comfortable, but the hospital pads are perfectly fine if that's what you want to go with. So as well as the pads and the Depends, I also have just some normal little Libra pads. These are more for if I'm just ducking down the shop or I don't want something so bulky. And you know, within a week or so you might be able to change over to these during the day as long as you're constantly changing them. So that's the variety of pads I'm going to be using. One thing a lot of first time mums don't seem to think about is, you know, how are you going to clean yourself once you go to the bathroom? You're going to be in pain. It is going to be sore. You're going to potentially have stitches. You're not going to be able to wipe. So one thing I have is just a little peri bottle. I might actually get a larger one than this when I get home, but this is just the one I have at the moment. And what I'll use this for is when I go to the bathroom, I'll fill this up with just some warm water before. You can do plain warm water, or you can do like a saline or a salt water, and just use this just to sort of clean your area downstairs, because you're not going to be able to wipe it. You won't want to wipe that area. It is going to be stored, but you're going to need to keep it clean. So definitely invest in some sort of like squeeze bottle or cleansing bottle that you can put some water in, just to help keep that area clean and soothed. In my basket I also have 50 scented nappy bags, and the reason for this is at home you don't have a sanitary bin, and you will go through a lot of pads. So just to keep everything nice and hygienic, I'll be putting my pads in here once I've finished and before I put them in the bin. So the next thing I'm going to talk to you guys about is something that again is just not thought about enough. Now it might be a little bit of TMI, but it's definitely something you're going to need to think about. So after birth, going number 2 can be so uncomfortable and so painful. So you want to make sure you keep yourself really hydrated to make sure you don't get constipated, because I want you to imagine that you've just given birth and now you need to go to the toilet. What is going number 2 going to feel like? Not great, right? You don't want to push, you don't want any pressure. So if you're finding it's hard to go to the bathroom, I do suggest that you get some stool softener. I've got a whole brand new box. I've got 50 in here. Last time I didn't need to use it, but I didn't tear last time either. This time could be completely different. I do know that it was very uncomfortable doing a number 2 last time without a tear and without any stitches, but every birth is different. I just want to make sure that if I need some assistance, that I have what I need right there and handy. So now let's speak about keeping the area clean. So I mentioned earlier that I have the peri bottle just to help with, you know, rinsing things away and just soothing that area. But other things you need to think about is, you know, sometimes that's not enough. So you may want to use something just around the outside just to help clean you up a little bit. So I have some Fem Fresh cleansing wipes. These are very safe for down there and they're pH balanced. I have the sensitive ones so they won't hurt. For the shower, I have some Fem Fresh sensitive wash. You're definitely not going to want to use soap down on that area, so you're going to want to use something that's nice and gentle and pH balanced, just to help you heal nicely and also just to keep you fresh and clean. So in my basket I'm also keeping a little hand sanitizer and just some wet ones for sensitive skin. So during this time you want to make sure your hands are fresh and clean before and after going to the bathroom, just so you don't get any infection, there's no bacteria, and you know what, just for personal hygiene. So yeah, we've just gone over all the intimate cleansers and wipes that you may need, about the peri bottle and saline, but as well as that I just have a packet of water wipes with me as well. These will come in handy, you know, these are going to come in handy for your hands, they're going to come in handy for around the area. You know, if you're going number 2, you're going to want something that is unscented, just water, gentle and cooling. So just make sure if you are using baby wipes that you do use the Simply Water or the Just Water wipes, because you don't want anything too harsh on that area. I also have some breast pads in my basket. I just find if you're going to the bathroom or if you're in the shower, that's sort of the time you're going to change your breast pads as well. So having them in the bathroom with you is a good idea. So recently I've also learnt about the miracle of witch hazel. So witch hazel is not only a cleanser and a toner for your face, this can actually come in handy after birth. So in a few different ways. So you can use this on your area just for a soothing sensation. It's natural, so it will not harm you in any way. Another thing you can actually do with this is grab some pads and soak them with witch hazel, put them in the freezer, and then you get pad stickles. I've only recently discovered this, but when you're in pain and you're swollen, you grab them out of the freezer, you put them on. The witch hazel is cold, it is soothing, it is cleansing, and apparently it's just a miracle on a pad. So witch hazel isn't very expensive. You can get this from your local pharmacy or even your grocery store. I'm sure they stock it at Woolworths as well. Apparently this is really nice for after birth. So grab your witch hazel, you put it on your pad, put it in the freezer. let it cool for a while, put it on, and you've got a nice soothing pad. So along with everything else, I'm also keeping a box of Nurofen and a box of Panadol in there as well. Obviously I'm still gonna have some in the kitchen or in my handbag. I just thought everything else is in the basket, I may as well keep my pain relief tablets in there as well. So I only have a couple more things left to show you. The next thing I'm going to show you is just a hot and cold pack. So I'm going to use this as a cooling pack. It's just a gel therapy pack, and this is for the downstairs area as well. You will need some coolness and some relief from swelling or just from pain. A lot of people seem to use ice blocks or the super dupers, but to me I just don't feel like they're very comfortable. So this time I went and got a gel pack. Obviously when you're using it, don't use it directly on the area because it can cause burns and can cause more damage, but make sure you wrap something around it like toilet paper or soft paper towel, but it definitely will come in handy. So along with the ice pack, I also have a hot water bottle. I am taking this with me to the hospital when I give birth, but this is more for the afterbirth pains at home. So they can feel like menstrual cramps, you can get pain in your back afterwards as well. This will just help relieve those sort of symptoms. So another thing I have in there is just some nipple balm. If you're gonna have your breast pads in there, you may as well have some nipple balm in there as well. And for my belly, I also have some postnatal firming lotion. This is just when everything's shrinking back. This is just to prevent any loose skin. The last three things I have are also for my belly, and they are just 3 different types of belly bands. I bought these off Core Trainer Australia in a 3-pack. These were specifically put together as a postpartum pack. And they're specifically designed to help you with your recovery. I did speak about 2 of them in my what's in my hospital bag video, and I spoke about these 2. So these 2 are the ones I'm going to be taking to the hospital. So this one is just more focused on around your lower abdomen. This one supports more your core. So I feel like I'll use these 2 for the first 8 to 12 weeks after birth. Once I feel like, you know, everything's back to where it should be and I just want to tighten everything up and tone everything back up, and it's time for me to start, you know, exercising and losing some of that baby weight, I do have this one. This is more like a corset. This is more like a waist trainer and will provide a lot more support than the other 2. This is more a cosmetic one, whereas these 2 are made more specifically for your postpartum recovery. So that's it, guys. That's pretty much everything that I feel is essential for postpartum recovery and making life a little bit easier when you get home. If you feel like I have forgotten anything, please leave me a comment down below and just remind me. It is a busy time, but I do feel like these items are the things that are really going to help get you through. For all you first time mums or second or third time mums who are just preparing for this experience again, if you did find this video helpful, please give it a big thumbs up. Also, if you liked this video and you feel like you want to see more of my content, please don't leave without clicking the subscribe button and clicking the little bell next to it just so you get notified every time I upload. Once again, to all my beautiful pregnant ladies out there, I wish you all the best of luck and love in the world with your birth. I hope you have a quick and speedy recovery. I hope to see you back on my channel very, very soon. Until next time, take care of yourself. Bye, guys.